Hello. You've caught me admiring my Bell of Shame, a new prop I shall be ringing whenever anyone in the office does anything remotely.
I don't think you could be having any more strawberry drinks, so I got you a glass of water.
Shame! Oh! There are real life, everyday shameful acts like staff writer Connor having the audacity to care about my well-being completely unsolicited. And then there are shameful acts in video games, the kind of things all gamers will have experienced and been guilty of at some point, but that we rarely ever admit to. And so it's my intention with this video to open up a safe space where we can all feel comfortable sharing these stories without fear of judgment or ridicule. Maybe you're someone who quits online FC matches as soon as you concede a goal. Perhaps you lost a tutorial fight in something that isn't a Souls game, or save-scummed your way through a decision-based narrative adventure. Either way, this video is here to make you feel slightly less bad about yourself. Here then are 7 shameful acts no gamer will ever admit to.
You've just copied this bell from Game of Thrones, haven't you?
I wouldn't say I copied it from Game of Thrones. I'd say I was more sort of inspired by the bell from Game of Thrones. The first shameful act no gamer will ever admit to is when you're so bad the game takes pity and asks if you'd like to turn the difficulty down. Don't pretend it's never happened to you. The first time I remember this happening to me was when I died repeatedly to Phantom, the first boss of the original Devil May Cry. When the message appeared on screen, I actually breathed a sigh of relief. I felt as though my flailing ineptitude had unlocked a secret demon-slaying buoyancy aid, with which I proceeded to float through the remainder of the game largely unscathed. I happily admitted this to my Dante must die completing friend, who gave me a look that screamed, "Rob must die!" But that's his problem. I had my fun with Devil May Cry, and that's all that matters. And if you're watching this, ashamed to admit that you too have slid the difficulty down a notch when prompted, this is my message to you. It's okay to suck at video games. Everyone does at some point. Even the most ludicrously skilled Dark Souls speedrunner started life getting smushed by the Taurus demon, and if playing through games on easy difficulty is the difference between you dying repeatedly and actually enjoying yourself, then play games on easy difficulty. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Our second entry really stings, and it's easy to keep quiet when it happens. You know when you're reaching the end of a heated team deathmatch? One of those that's in the balance where one foolish mistake or one heroic double kill can make all the difference. Yeah, you know when your team ends up losing those? Oh, it hurts. What hurts most, however, is when you are the victim of the final kill. Your ragdolling patheticness broadcast in slow motion for the entire game to see, courtesy of the winning kill cam. Oh, it hurts. There's nowhere to hide, despite the fact that's all you'll want to do. You can feel the disappointment coming over your headset from your teammates. They're not saying anything, trying to remain as supportive as possible. You're not saying anything, too ashamed to even apologise. The kill cam, however, is saying lots of things. It's saying you needlessly broke cover while trying to play the hero. It's saying you recklessly lobbed a grenade at the enemy spawn point. And then it's saying that grenade rebounded off the scenery and landed directly at your feet. It's saying your team lost because you friendly fired yourself into oblivion. Look, it happens to the best of us. And to the worst of us. What matters is how you respond. Learn from your failure. Grow into a more accomplished player. Don't feel bad about your shameful ineptitude. Don't listen to the accusatory silence of your teammates. Don't listen to the accusatory explicitness of the kill cam. Listen only to your heart, because your heart knows deep down what a good player you are. Shameful act no gamer will ever admit to, number 3, is when you're lapped in a racing game. It can happen. You know, you play online against someone vastly more experienced and you get taken to the cleaners. Especially in games like Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, where the gap in quality between pros and newbies is canyon wide. Like, if you're picking up CTR for the first time and you find yourself in a race against me, I'm going to lap you. And there is no shame in being lapped by me in Crash Team Racing because I'm probably one of the best Crash Team Racing players in the world. I get it though, of all the ways to lose in a video game, there's something particularly wretched about being lapped, a brutally visceral reminder of how much worse you are than the person kicking your ass. I mean, you can literally see and hear it, the patronising roar of your opponent's fast approaching engine reverberating your own lack of skill right into your face as it passes, a Doppler effect of humiliation. You suck. No one likes to admit they've been lapped when the final standings are displayed. My go-to method is to sit there in silence, hoping the podium finishers will be too busy celebrating their victory to notice the big fat DNF next to my name. But you know what? Screw it. You do you. Every loss is an extra brick in the gradual wall of skill you're building. You are your only opponent. Better yourself, little by little, and the only thing you should feel is pride. Slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Unless you're playing Crash Team Racing, of course, where it's fast and skillful that wins the race. The fourth shameful act no gamer will ever admit to happens, strangely enough, after you win in a fighting game.
Oh, well done, Rob. Well done. You can really tell you know what you're doing.
You're absolutely right, Rosie. I do know what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is button bashing. I'm not admitting to it though. I'm going to bask in the acclaim and allow people to think I'm actually good at Tekken. I've done no research on this, but I'll share my ill-informed opinion anyway, and that is, I estimate around 50% of people who are good at fighting games are actually just good at button bashing, which for the uninitiated means randomly hitting the controls and hoping your fighter produces something spectacular. I mean, who actually remembers all of these inputs? It's like when a stranger gives you directions. You nod politely, armed with a vague sense of the general direction in which you're supposed to be going, and the rest of it is merely a combination of doing and hoping. You know, Hwoarang is my main, and I know a few of his moves, but really I know them by feel more than anything else. I know that flicky double kick thing is somewhere down there on circle and X, and that turn back sweep kick thing is somewhere around there as well. Sometimes he does it. Instinct and luck. That's what's fueled all of my Tekken victories. Let's hear you in the comments if you're the same. It's okay, I certainly won't be judging you. Unless you play as Eddie, in which case you are a button basher and you can go away. Shameful act number 5 that no gamer will ever admit to is when you lose to a younger sibling or your child when you were really trying. Double shame for me, as I have lost resoundingly to both my younger sister and my daughter. I had a heated Crash Team Racing rivalry with my sister when we were kids, and I remember the surge of shame I felt when she beat me for the first time. I could feel it coming with creeping inevitability, the ability gap closing, my 2-year age advantage eroding into insignificance, and then she crossed the line in front of me, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. Eventually I made peace with the fact that sometimes I would win, sometimes my sister would win. But the real shame for me came recently when I challenged my sister to a rematch live on the channel. In preparation for this, she started a fresh Crash Team Racing Nitro-fueled save on her husband's account and earned the Platinum Trophy for a second time. A Platinum Trophy that has so far eluded me entirely. Fair. And I've also lost against my daughter in Astrobot, her time in spring-loaded runs simply beyond the abilities of my increasingly decrepit thumbs. A strange mix of shame and pride here. Shame that I've gone as far as I can, pride that I've passed my natural gaming effervescence onto the next generation. It's a strange thing, going from pretending to lose to actually losing, and I think I've been very brave talking openly about it, and I should be commended for that. The 6th entry on this list of shameful acts no gamer will ever admit to is when you have to look up a guide for that final collectible you need for the Platinum Trophy. A unique entry on this list, as I'm not sure anyone but the player themselves would consider this shameful. When someone tells me they've looked up a guide for the last few bits, I'm always like, yeah, of course, we all do that. But then I have experienced the white-hot shame of being the person actually looking at the guide, and I think it comes from having put so much effort into getting to that point by yourself. You've figured out all the puzzles, you've beaten all the optional super bosses, you've ticked off all the side quests, but that last collectible, and you've probably already found 99 of them, is like trying to find a feather in a dauntingly accurate recreation of a sprawling Italian city.
You get to that point, don't you, where you just want the platinum trophy, and so you swallow that big ball of shame, you pick up your phone, and you type in, insert game name, collectibles guide.
It feels wrong and dirty and like a betrayal of everything you stand for, but look, I'm here to tell you we all do it, and that platinum trophies earned through the help of guides are as valid as any other platinum trophy.
I'm probably telling myself that more than anyone else, so if people could back me up in the comments, that would be great.
Entry 7, however, is one you should absolutely be ashamed of, and that's when you get someone else to come and do a hard bit for you. You know, I've done hard bits in games for my daughter, and that's to be expected. She's a child. But if you're a grown-up and you'd rather hand the controller to someone else than turn the difficulty down, then, you know. Each to their own, I guess. I couldn't live with the shame of this personally, which is why, when I can't do a bit in a game, I either stay stuck for 5 years, like I did with the Tower Knight in Demon's Souls, or I give up entirely.
We need to normalise giving up, okay? I'm serious, giving up is healthy. Protect your peace. Not every dream is achievable, and that's okay.
You know, I dream of being a Street Fighter pro, of breaking the speedrun world record in thrust or bust, of finishing Dark Souls without taking a single hit while wearing no armour. But it's not going to happen, is it?
I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough.
What I won't be doing is handing the controller to someone else for them to do it for me. I certainly wouldn't dream of earning a platinum trophy in this fashion.
Some of you have, though, haven't you? And I completely understand if you're too ashamed to admit that.
And that was 7 shameful acts no gamer will ever admit to. Let us know in the comments if you're guilty of any of these. Go on, be brave, we won't judge. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more of these videos every Friday. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.